What's up, folks? Welcome to Talking Rock once again. We have officially November, and it's time for another ranking analysis and a deep dive in another rock band. This time, we are analyzing a very, very interesting AOR hard rock musical project, Sunstorm. And I'm your host, Mike, and I'm here again with my big friendly giant all the way from Germany, Rainer, to talk and analyze everything. How are you doing, buddy? Long time no see.
Long time no see, indeed, but I'm doing perfectly well, and I'm looking forward to having that interesting album review. That was an interesting one, I have to say. Really an interesting one.
If I'm not mistaken, you didn't know Sunstorm, and it was my suggestion, right?
Not at all. It was your suggestion. I've never heard of them before, and in the beginning, I was a little bit almost reluctant because the first songs that I heard, I thought, yeah, very melodic. Well, I don't know. Then I made a deep dive, and then I recognized, wow, interesting band, interesting project, interesting songs, interesting albums. So it went better day by day, week by week, month by month, and yeah, now we have it.
All right. It's glad to have you back after the Pretty Mates discography and the top 10 with my other friend Yanis. So it's good to have you back. Before we start with the Sunstorm, I just want to spend maybe just 2 minutes to say that today it's a very sad day for the rock history because Mr. David Coverdale announced his retirement.
Oh, that's definitely sad. Yeah, I haven't heard
And
this so far.
yeah, maybe 1 or 1.5 hour ago. And
Wow.
I'm actually, it's not that the guy died, it's just that I'm never gonna have the chance to see him live. Like a few years ago, I had some tickets booked with Europe, Whitesnake with Europe, nice combination by the way, in Austria,
Yeah.
and he had this upper respiratory tract infection, and he canceled the whole tour. And I
Mm,
think it was a
mm.
farewell tour. So I mean, God bless you, David, for everything you've offered for this insane, beautiful rock industry, for the inspirations, for the emotions, for everything you've done. For me, the best rock voice in the history. For me, okay, maybe a little bit over exaggerating, but
No,
others can
no,
say Freddie Mercury. There are many, many names that you can
yeah.
come up with, but for me, David Coverdale was and is the still number one. So yeah.
One of the best, I agree. And especially I mean, you have to imagine he came out of the nothing and started with Deep Purple in the Mark III lineup, and he performed so professional from the very first beginning, and he developed over his career. Absolutely fantastic. So I like his voice, I like his performances, I like Whitesnake. So therefore, really sad that he can't sing anymore. That's really sad.
Anyways, tonight is a sandstorm day.
Yep.
So an AOR hard rock, very very melodic musical project, officially born for John Lynn Turner. John Lynn Turner, very, very, very nice vibrato rock voice, X Rainbow solo projects, great singer, one of my in my top 10 for sure. Um, we can start with the ranking straight. We have 8 albums, if I'm not mistaken,
Yep.
and it's interesting to see that also the second vocalist, Ronnie Romero, also ex Rainbow, and Ronnie has been everywhere, fucking everywhere. But you're doing something good with when Blackmore is inviting you to play for Rainbow. You are into something special.
Obviously. Yeah,
But
definitely.
but Ronnie Romero generally he's everywhere. So many projects in the past and current running. I personally am a huge fan of his voice. He reminds me of something like Ronnie James Dio lighter version, I would say maybe. It's hard to say, but I'm a big fan, and I'm actually glad that he's the replacement of John Lynn Turner. By the way, for those who don't know the story, it's not that the label dropped John Lynn Turner, Frontiers Records. It's just it was a miscommunication with the manager, at least from the information I have. and they after the albums they did, they just never contacted each other again, and it just dropped. So it's kind of weird, because for me, uh, at least the albums with the John Lynn Turner are very, very, very nice. Very, very, very nice.
Absolutely.
All right, Rainer. Always my guests start first, because I'm a polite guy, you know. So I want you. I'm very curious to see which is worse, which is middle, which is top, and we're
Yeah,
gonna see also what is your top 10. But I just had to say that I had a lot of fun listening again to all the albums. I've been listening to Sunstorm for a few years now, because it's a band from 2006, officially the first album, and even the last one, the Restless Fight, it had some nice stuff. Anyways, different lineups, not only vocalists but also guitarists, so you can see the difference in the sounds.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, let's start with your number 8 and let's climb up to the top. Back to the top, baby.
yeah. Before I start with my number 8, I need to say that it was very difficult to make a ranking with that project because in the end, every album was super consistent, super balanced. So no big peaks and downs. Very, very interesting to see that. And I mean that the main differences for me between the albums was, of course, one is it Joy Turner or is it Ronnie Romero? And the other thing was, I recognized that there were quite some different approaches how to integrate the keyboards into the arrangements and also the bass and the drums. So there I found my way to differentiate things. And you will find this then also in my ranking because especially the keyboard sound on some of the albums. I mean, it's a question of personal preferences, but on some of the albums that was definitely not so much my cup of tea. Anyway, we will see where
we'll,
this will
we'll,
lead
we'll
us to.
get there. We'll get there.
Exactly, exactly. So, my number 8 is the 2012 album Emotional Fire. That's one with Jolene Turner. Um, I put only 3 songs in my personal Sunstorm playlist. I reduced in the end everything on 41 titles where I said that this is definitely absolutely great. And from the Emotional Fire, it was only 3 of them. The album in general, I think, is quite simple structured concept-wise. I definitely don't appreciate the keyboard sound that much. It's for me a little bit more like the typical keyboard sound that you know from some bands of the 80s, which I definitely don't admire that much. But in general, a great album. Nothing to say about that. But for the mentioned reasons, it's just number 8. I think Never Give Up. The first song is a great and strong opener that brought my attention first to that album. But then in the later titles, I think it went weaker and weaker. 2 songs I would highlight besides Never Give Up. That's You Wouldn't Know Love. That's a very strong hard rock song with nice riffs and a very nice chorus, by the way.
Yeah, it's
And the
beautiful.
second song, absolutely, absolutely, and typical hard rock song of that kind of genre. And then the second one I would highlight here from this album is The Higher You Raise. Very nice vocals. I mean, I also love Joe Lynn Turner. I love what he made with Rainbow. Absolutely great. And I especially like the quite bombastic arrangement along the bridge. That's something very specific. But have you recognized that there is that bridge in the second half of the song, and there is a quite bombastic arrangement along that bridge in that second half, and with a very very nice short guitar solo as well. And that part of the song I really really find it's absolutely great.
Hmm.
The rest of the album, quite average, but again, every album of them is on the very high level, very professionally also recorded. I like the sound of every album, and I mean, there were even two to three guys from the German band Pink Cream 69 in the starting formation of that band. And I used to have some Pink Cream 69 albums on my CD board, so therefore it was a nice revisit of those guys in a
Eh,
quite different kind
Dennis
of sound.
Dennis Ward is guarantee. Dennis Ward,
Yeah,
the bassist.
yeah.
All right, I'm very surprised to see Emotional Fire here. Very very surprised. Anyways, we're gonna get to this whenever I mention it. My number eight. My number eight, the last position. I completely agree with you. I don't believe that there are bad albums. I think they have some consistency, but I personally rank them in the style that do I like more John Lynn Turner or Romero at first place
Hmm.
when it comes to the vocals, but I love both of them. And second was that the guitar sounds, which guitar player was in Turner's era, which one was on Romero's era, and there
Hmm.
there are also differences there. And in the keys also, when Del Vecchio, I don't know, uh, joined the band, you could see a lot of differences there. And I love his keys because he's a great player. Anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna go with their last album, Restless Fight, and the reason
Oh.
I'm gonna go with this is that there are some great tracks here. For example, In and Out of Fire is a phenomenal song in my opinion. I mean the chorus is so fucking catchy, insanely. In and out of fire, I'm on the run underneath the midnight sun. I mean, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. The thing about this album, or for example, Hope's Last Stand, great riff, great catch. The thing is that you have Ronnie Romero as a vocalist, and you have a new guitar player. You know, I'm a guitar player. When a big guitar
Hmm.
player, I mean, I'm playing a guitar. I'm not a guitar player. Okay, let's differentiate that. But I'm focusing always on the sounds of the guitar. And what I have to say is that the the sound that Aldo Lonobil picked, I don't know, man. It just doesn't fit with me. It, it, I don't know. I don't like the sound of the guitar. I find it weird.
Hmm. Hmm.
Nothing, no offense. I mean to the whole project. There are some great stuff here. I just, if I compare his sound with Uwe from Pink Cream 69, with the
Yeah.
other from with Mularoni, for example, or the other one, I like it the least. Besides that, it's an album that doesn't have absolutely any surprise for me. It's a typical Sunstorm project with different members, same voice because it's the last album with him, the most recent, I mean. And there is no surprise. It's a repetition. There is nothing new. So for this reason, it's a solid work. I just I would just pick Hope's Last Stand, In and Out of Fire.
Mm.
I think they're great, and that's it. That's why it goes to number eight.
Mm.
It doesn't bring, when you hear a new lineup, you expect okay, what's gonna be now? What we will see? We will
Yeah.
see leading keyboards. We are gonna see something more interesting on the guitars. So yeah,
Mhm.
for this reason, it's number eight, man.
Interesting, and I agree. I agree. Not normally, I would say the guitar sound for every Sunstorm album is the continuity because every album had a very high level of guitar sound and guitar quality. And I agree on Restless Fight, it's a little bit lower than compared to the other albums. Fully agree. That's it. Yep.
Show me what you got for number seven. I lost you, buddy.
You're still with. I lost you, I thought.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
are we now together again? Okay,
Yeah,
great.
we're together again. So yeah. So
Okay.
let's see
Okay,
what
let's
you have
continue with
in number
rank
seven.
7.
Yep.
Number 7 is the 2016 album Edge of Tomorrow. Also here I would
You're
say
killing me, man. You are killing me here.
I I thought already about that. It must be that way, Michael. It must be. It's again like with so many other reviews. No, the reason is I think it's also quite simple composition wise. Also keyboard wise, I'm not the biggest fan of that album. I think that's the same like with Emotional Fire. I'm really really not happy with the keyboard sound and with the keyboard style. It's not only the sound, it's also the keyboard style. Anyway, there are some excellent songs on it. I love Edge of Tomorrow. That has a very nice guitar solo.
Phenomenal solo,
Abs
phenomenal.
Absolutely, absolutely love it. Super interesting composition in general. Has some very nice hard rock elements, and of course the great vocals of Joe Lynn Turner. That's always the core of Sunstorm, if you ask me. Then Heart of the Storm, straightforward sound, nice and almost dark riffs. That was quite surprising to me to hear this from them.
Hmm.
And this in the contrast of a very melodic chorus. So that difference between the almost dark riffs and the melodic chorus that makes the characteristic of that song. I really like that song. And then the third one I like on this album is You Hold Me Down, a
Hmm.
phenomenal guitar and a very, very nice Hammond-like keyboard sound. And I would have wished that that kind of Hammond-like keyboard sound would be more present on that album, because maybe then it would be in the ranking a little bit more on the top. But for the mentioned reasons, it's number 7.
All right, all right. You are killing me here. You're putting me on my knees. Okay, my number 7 is another album from Ronnie Romero, and it's from 2021, Afterlife.
Oh, now you're
Oh,
killing me. Now you're
after
killing me.
after Afterlife, it must be way higher on your list. so
Absolutely.
so we have another guitar player here. We have Mula Ronnie, who is doing a phenomenal job. In
Yeah.
general, whenever I compare the albums of Romero, I always thought that Brothers in Arms is by far the best. I feel that it has consistency from the top to bottom. I don't skip any songs. Great vocal lines, great guitars, and everything. So if I had to pick from the middle, Afterlife comes second. So it's a very, very solid work again. I love tunes like Stronger or Lost Forever. Phenomenal ballad with
Yeah,
with a great, powerful
definitely.
uh, chorus. Also, the Born Again is great. It's just the album has like 11 songs. It's a big album, and from these 11 songs, I can say that I basically love like 6 or 7. So we are almost above the half. And for this reason, it goes down. The mastering and mixing is great. Not great like Dennis Ward did with John Linterner's albums, because
Mhm.
Dennis Ward is a fucking beast fucking beast bassist, phenomenal in mastering and mixing, not only with Pink Cream
Yeah.
69, but also with, if I'm not mistaken, he was in, or maybe he still is in Unisonic, and from the British hard rock band. I always make the mistake if it's Magnum or if it's Magnus, because there are two different names and I always forget which is which. It's
Yeah.
Magnum, or I think it's Magnum.
I think it's Magnum. Yeah, I think it's Magnum. Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, so great stuff here, and I also like a lot Alessandro Del Vecchio keyboards here. I mean, he can bring background sound. He can bring Deep Purple lead tunes. He's like a chameleon. He can be everywhere,
Yeah,
and I like him.
yeah.
I like him a lot. I think he's the perfect guy for the project of the Sunstorm. So if I would be able to see him performing live with John Lynn Turner, I would be the happiest. By the way, our background is with John Lynn Turner, the official Sunstorm project. That's why I didn't put any other era. So, Afterlife number 7, 2021, very solid work. But 6 or 7 out of 11, that's why it drops that low.
Okay, understood. But I have to disagree. You will see this later. Anyway, let's come to my number six, and my number six is the 2024 album Restless Fight, which is in my ranking now the first with Ronnie Romero. Um, I think it has a very great opening the album with three songs in a row, which I do like all the three of them. There is only one question, and you haven't mentioned this in your comment on the Restless Fight. I always ask myself, why the hell came they to the idea to cover an Ozzy song? I mean, Shot in the Dark. That was really definitely a shot
Yeah.
in the dark what they did. Absolutely awful, really awful. The only song of Sunstorm which I would deem being absolutely awful, and it doesn't make sense to cover an Aussie song when you normally play songs like Sunstorm. Don't know why this happened. Anyway,
I actually didn't know that
there,
was an Aussie cover.
yeah, shot in the dark is an Ozzy Osbourne song.
Okay.
And it's not normally I like that song very much. I listened only the first seconds, and then I recognized, oh my goodness, it's really the try to make the cover of an Aussie song. So Shot in the Dark I really don't like. There are some further two songs then after Shot in the Dark which I also like, and then at the end of the album again it gets quite average. So as said, I like I'll Stand for You, Love's Not Gone, and Hope's Last Stand. All three great songs. Love's Not Gone, as you also said, what an awesome chorus. Absolutely
No, no, no.
fantastic.
I was talking about the In and Out of Fire.
In and Out of Fire. Oh, sorry, now I mixed it up. No, Love's Not Gone. I love the chorus. Without You is a nice ballad, by the way, with a very nice piano. Really like that. And the title song, Restless Fight, by the way, I also like. It's a little bit strange to hear that intro, which has some elements of old Metallica song. But anyway, it's a nice song. But in the end, it's not that balanced as the others, and therefore it's just number six.
All right. My number six, I'm gonna go with 2018, and I'm gonna go with Road to Hell. So
Ooh.
Road to Hell. Here is the combination of John Lynn Turner and Alessandro Del Vecchio. What I was talking about earlier. That for some reason it didn't work for me. Uh, it was very close to be number seven actually instead of Afterlife. The only reason it goes higher is because it has this fucking masterpiece that it's called Road to Hell. One of my favorite Sunstorm songs. Also, the intro, Only the Good Will Survive, it's actually great. Or maybe the Blind the Sky. Um, I I don't know if the problem is actually the keyboard, or maybe I don't want to say that Mula Ronnie is a problem here at all, because we have the Edge of Tomorrow when he's playing, and for me, Edge of Tomorrow is like insanely good album. So I let's just go with the fact that I don't like the songs. Let's say they are not catchy enough for me to put the album higher. I don't know if it's good uh, in the construction. It seems to me very random songs. Nothing to stick with you like let's go, this is it. I have feelings of great songs when it comes to emotional fire, what you said with the Edge of Tomorrow. Like you're taking emotional on fire, and I'm like instantly, when you wouldn't know love, it will front on your door. You wanna know it now, you never knew it before. Like it comes, emotional fire or emotional
Yeah, yeah,
fire.
yeah.
Every time I see you, I'm on fire. So here, except from the working up from the road to hell, uh, I don't know, man. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I will put it number seven and Afterlife number six. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I kind of had forgotten about it, and now that I'm seeing again the list of the songs, I'm like, no way, this is above Afterlife. But yeah, Road to Hell is a great song. I just want to stay into this because I think, not I don't think it's gonna be in my top 10. Let's just spoil that. Yep. Number five. The stage is yours.
So I have to comment. I think you killed me again with
Um,
with your very low ranking of Road to Hell. And I think in the end, it might turn out what you appreciate when you listen to Sunstorm is what I don't like that much, and the other way around. For me, it's already crystal clear because you will see it later. I don't
I
want to
mean,
make a
you're
big
gonna see
spoiler.
it later because you started with emotional fire, and you will see where is my emotional fire.
Yes, yes. Most likely, when I tell you what is my number five, maybe that will be kept continued, and you will get a heart attack again. Anyway, my number five is the first album, 2006, the album Sunstorm, so the self-titled album. Um,
Thanks for tuning in, folks.
it's been a great fun, but now it's over.
Oh man,
No. And it's again for the same reasons like with others. I don't like that keyboard sound. I have really problems with the keyboard. It's an absolutely excellent guitar, no doubt about that.
I mean, it's
Um,
amazing the guitar in the album, in the
Absolutely,
Sunstorm album, phenomenal.
absolutely. Well, the issue that I have is the album is for me a little bit too over melodic. In general, I like melodic rock, but there are some elements, especially in the Sunstorm discography, where it's getting over melodic, and then it doesn't catch me anymore. That's the big problem that I have, and exactly with the first album, that was the first issues that I had when I started to explore a little bit the Sunstorm universe. Anyway, um,
I mean,
it's
I have to. Sorry for interrupting you. I have to say, I'm very surprised because there are some great riffs here. Fistful of Heat, Love's Gone Wrong, Keep Tonight, and the keyboard is not that bad. I mean, I don't know, man.
I would not say bad. It's just not my cup of tea. The sound of the keyboard. I mean, it's more like that.
I respect it
It's
for sure.
that there is no album where there is a bad player at all. So therefore, that's what I said at the beginning. Every instrument is played on a highest professional level. So therefore, it's a really interesting project from that angle. But I said I love, by the way, from this album, the great opener, "Keep Tonight." It's absolutely fantastic.
My
Um,
personal favorite Sunstorm riff. Dun, tararun, 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 tararun,
Mhm,
tararun,
mhm,
tararun,
mhm,
tararun.
mhm, mhm.
Beautiful.
Then Heart of a Mind, we talked about that, and this will be found just as a spoiler also in my top 10 list when it goes to the titles. Another You is a great ballad, and as you said already, Love's Gone Wrong, my second favorite of this album. And in comparison to the other songs on the album, this is even a more complex composition. So therefore, that makes me already a little bit more friendly towards that album. And yeah, then Danger of Love, by the way, that's my third favorite. Um,
Great.
and it's absolutely fantastic. Also the change within the chorus. The chorus starts very, very melodic, and then in the last line there is that small flip to that final chorus line. I love that kind of twists in the
Or
story with
are
Sunstorm.
you
Very
are
nice, very nice.
are you referring to the end of the song that it says "Danger of Love"? Tararun, tun,
Exactly.
tararun, tun,
Right.
tararun.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
My favorite part of
Because
the song.
there is that little twist, and I always like that kind of little nitty-gritty surprises. And you can only do this when you have a great singer like Jolene Turner. That's the point, because the voice has to swallow that, and the voice has to perform that. And Jolene Turner is definitely capable to do so. So therefore, a nice album, a very nice album, a good album, but in my ranking, just number five.
All right. We have it completely fucked up between our lists, but it doesn't matter. That's the fun thing. That's the fun thing we're talking when
Yeah,
we're doing
and
analysis and stuff.
and
Mine,
that's the
yeah,
spice in it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
My number five is the second album from the band House of Dreams. So it's the original Sunstorm members. You know, Turner, Ward, Uwe, and you have the Smith also on the drums, and the keyboard keeps changing all the time. I don't know if he actually stayed, but anyways, uh, best intro song in their whole catalog for me, Divided. For me, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. Maybe I love Divided so much. It reminds me a little bit. I don't know if it reminds you, but in the end of the song, when you have the backing vocals, that I have been divided, divided, ooh, divided. It reminds me personally, love ain't no strangers. Love ain't no
Ah,
stranger. It's very
yeah.
very very similar. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a
Right.
special love for this song.
Right.
Eh, production and mastering of the album is phenomenal by Dennis Ward here.
Yeah.
The whole album, I don't skip anything. I love the spirit inside. I love the aggression in the gutters of gold. Gutters of gold, gutters of gold. Uh, Even the standing in the fire is very, very catchy. The last one. Um, from the 12 songs, I say that I am digging very, very easily 8 or 9. Very, very easily. So that's great. House of Dreams is the point that I said to myself. It's going to be the last album, and that it's actually. I knew from the beginning that Restless Fight is going to be the bottom one. I knew from the beginning that Road to Hell is going to be the least favorite from Turner. I knew
Mhm.
that Afterlife is my second favorite from the band. So from House of Dreams and above, I pretty much enjoy everything. It is a matter of preference and mood which one goes to the positions 4, 3. 2 and 1 they don't change. 2 and 1 are for me
Mhm.
fixed, but
Mhm.
they can
Mhm.
be 1 and 2 depends on the mood. So phenomenal artwork as well. I like a lot the moon, or what is it, this on the thing. Divided, the spirit inside, standing in the fire. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. And you haven't mentioned it yet, which means that it's your favorite Linterner album, and I actually appreciate that. But I'm sad as well.
Let's
Yep.
wait and see.
Yep. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Oh my god, you haven't
Uh,
mentioned Road to Hell. Yeah, fuck me.
yeah, you recognize it now, finally. My number four, I think it's number four, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's your number
My
four.
number four is the 2022 album Brothers in Arms with Ronnie Romero.
Yeah.
Um, if I compare this to Afterlife, and you recognize already Afterlife is a little bit higher in my ranking,
But I cannot
and
understand why. Damn it.
I will explain later.
Okay.
Be patient, my friend.
All right.
No, the Brothers in Arms is the predecessor of Afterlife, and it still has that kind of more hard rock elements. But I think it's a bit weaker compared to Afterlife. It has, by the way, also a bit more defensive drum sound. I would phrase it that way compared to Afterlife. But it's a very strong, more hard rock driven album. I love the Brothers in Arms, the title song, a super strong and a very melodic opener, and No Turning Back, also a very nice straight rock song, and it shows the great voice of Ronnie Romero, and he has definitely a great voice. I prefer still Joe Linton Turner, but anyway, he has a good voice. And then Taste of Heaven. I like those guitar riffs. I like the very nice Hammond organ sound. I'm a huge fan of that kind of Hammond organ sound in hard rock songs. So therefore, that really catches me immediately, and I like the guitar riffs. The Lost in the Shadows of Love. You will also find this in my top 10, by the way, just as a small spoiler, because also here you have that
Okay.
excellent combination. You have the guitar, excellent. You have that Hammond sound. It's speedy. It's really really a very nice song.
It's heavier.
And
It's
then
heavier.
absolutely, absolutely, and you know I'm a fan of that kind of more heavy songs, melodic but heavy, and maybe that's the reason why my rankings are a little bit different compared to yours. And then I would also highlight the Living Out of Fear.
Mm-hmm.
It has some very intense riffs. I like them, catches me immediately, and in total this is one of the top balanced ones of Sunstorm. Not many songs that I would skip on this album. So really something that I even would consider to put into my shelf where all my CDs and vinyls are standing.
Wow. What an honor for Sandstorm. I mean, we're fans, and when you say something like this, actually very beautiful to say. My number four is also Brothers in Arms. You just didn't mention that, or maybe you didn't want to mention it. That comparing Brother in Arms with Afterlife, you have different guitarists. You have
Yeah.
Princiota. I don't know what. I don't know. Maybe he's Italian. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I find this album very, very memorable. You can very easily, uh, for example, let me just very, very fast just read a few names of the lists, names of the songs from the whole track list, and everything straight when I'm reading, the vocal line straight comes to my head. For example, I'll keep holding on. I keep holding on. Na 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 na. Or uh, give me back my dreams. For example, Taste of Heaven. You mentioned it. Okay, whatever. Hold the Night. It reminds me a little bit of Keep the Night. Keep Tonight from the 2006 album. Very very similar. You can
Mhm.
hold the night, let the pain go. You can hold on to forever. Miracle. I need a miracle to never to get again. And I haven't listened to this album for like 2 weeks now. And I just read 6 songs and straight it comes the melody. So this is a very good point for me that
Mhm.
my brain actually picks up straight. It has 11 songs. I probably remember just like that the melody from 8 songs probably. I don't remember the No Turning Back. It doesn't. No, I remember it. There is no turning back. Na 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 na. As you believe. Yeah, it comes. It comes. Brothers in Arms. It starts
Great.
with this. Yeah, I mean, by far my favorite Ronnie Romero album. Memorable riffs, great vocals with this Hammond organ keys, and it could maybe could go one album higher, but that's it. It cannot go to my top three. But it's
Mhm.
definitely my favorite with in the Romero era, and this
Okay.
lineup is actually beautiful, beautiful, and the drums is as well different sound from Michelle Sana, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's go to your top three. Now I'm curious. I mean, we're going to your top three, and you have Road to Hell, you have Afterlife, and you have what's the third one? And House of Dreams. I mean,
Exactly.
damn. I think you're gonna go for House of Dreams now. I can see it.
Rank C, House of Dreams.
That's my guess. Let's see.
You know me already quite well. It's exactly that. It's House of Dreams. You're right.
Damn.
My number three. I I would say when I compare this to the earlier albums, it has a much better drum sound. From the first albums, the drum sound and the drum playing was not that fantastic for me. Here, it's much better. I also think if you always listen with my ears, it has very well embedded keyboards. I like the keyboard sound of this album, and you know that this is the thing where in other cases I start to struggle.
You
It has
must
super
love
strong.
Divided, man. You must love Divided.
Absolutely. Divided is a super, super, super strong opener. And maybe I even agree that it's the best opener when we walk through the whole discography of Sunstorm. It's an absolutely great opener. Love that song from the very first second till the end. Absolutely fantastic. I also love Don't Give Up. It has an excellent chorus. And I mean, the whole Sunstorm thing is designed around the voices, and especially the first ones around Jolin Turner. Also here, I think it's exactly that way. The spirit inside, very nice and melodic.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Um, Say You Will. I I I must say, yeah, I must say really, normally I don't like that super emotional ballads, but in this case, I must say this is one of the nicest emotional ballads I've ever heard. Absolutely. It's absolutely catching me from the very first second. And it has a lot to do, of course, with the voice of Jolyn Turner, but the whole arrangement. I mean, sometimes it sounds a little bit like it could have been played also in one of the Las Vegas shows. But anyway, if you put this aside, it's a super arrangement. It's a fantastic song. I love the voice of Jolyn Turner. Absolutely great. Like that song, definitely. And then, of course, Gutters of Gold. Gutters of Gold, super intro, fantastic guitar solo, and really like that. And in all honesty, I even like Tears on the Pages. It's a
Beautiful,
very melodic
beautiful.
song, a
Very.
very melodic song. Normally, for me, also with the tendency to be a little bit over melodic, but in this case, no, I like that. And when I heard that song and listened to it this afternoon, the last time, I thought by myself, well, this is an excellent song that I can put in my playlist for the upcoming Christmas season. It fits very well into that kind of mood. Absolutely.
It
Super
is
nice vocals. I like it. I love it.
beautiful, beautiful. Speaking of melodic ballads, I'm surprised you didn't mention in the Edge of Tomorrow, which is my number three now, and I'm gonna analyze it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't like the Angel Eyes. I don't know if it comes to your mind right now, the song.
Yeah. I this is this is exactly the point where I say that's has all the elements where I sometimes say that's already too much, if you understand what I mean. That's it's a great song, but some portions of the song that's too much, and then it doesn't catch me anymore.
It's
It's a
just
little bit over the threshold.
maybe too much misery. I was looking for shelter from the pain. Then I found you. I
Maybe
mean,
maybe it's that. Maybe it's that.
it's too much a little bit. Yeah, yeah, searching for love. Anyways, Edge of Tomorrow is my number three.
Okay.
This is an album after released after John Turner released his Rated X album. So he wanted to go back with the Sunstorm and do more melodic stuff. And we have the gang again, which is beautiful with the Mularoni
Mm,
and
mm,
Del Vecchio. For me, Edge of Tomorrow has two songs as an album that are
mhm.
the best, that they have the best solos in their catalog. Edge of Tomorrow, the solo is out of this fucking world. For me, this is probably the best solo of their whole catalog. Followed by the Angel Eyes solo, which
Mhm.
is the most emotional solo, at least in my ears. I can, it's like I can feel the pain from Don Lintern crying that he cannot find the love, or he found the love actually.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, the album, again, top notch mastering and mixing. By far, Angel Eyes, Edge of Tomorrow, and Darkness of the Dawn are my favorite songs here.
Mhm.
But of course, you have also other catchy stuff. The Tangling Blue, for example. I'm tangled in blue, na 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 na
Mhm.
na.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
But the darkness of this dawn, it has this beautiful riff. I don't know if it comes to your mind right now. It's like it reminds me a little bit like epic metal or epic rock.
You're,
Tan ta ta tan ta ta
yeah,
tan
yeah,
tan tan ta ta tan ta
yeah.
ta tan 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 ta ta tan. In this darkness
Hmm.
of this dawn. Anyways, eh,
Hmm.
it cannot go to number two or number one. It stays number three or number four because depends on the mood. I could easily put Brothers in Arms here, but a very very beautiful melodic AOR album that I don't skip any song. It's just that the first two albums that are left, which by the way one of them was your last one, and Emotional Fire and Sunstorm are the two albums that left in my one and two.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I, I dig everything there and I enjoy the songs more. So, yeah, for this reason, it goes on the number three. And the stage is yours for number two. If you're going to put A Road to Hell number one, I'm going to jump off the window. Then
Okay.
go ahead,
You,
Michael, and jump.
I just wanted to say, just start opening it. Because in a few minutes you will have to jump. No, please don't do it. Don't do it. No, it's
Wow.
that. Yeah, yeah. No, number two is Afterlife
All right.
with Ronnie Romero. Um, it has become almost the best album for me from Sunstorm. But there is one song that I absolutely don't like. It's not a bad song, but it doesn't catch me at all. And this is Here for You Tonight. And in
Okay.
my number one, which is coming then later, The Road to Hell, that's no surprise anymore. There is no song where I say I don't like it. And that was the only reason why I put it that way, because they are very close to each other, both albums. Um,
This
I like
Here for You Tonight is the one that goes with a little bit more pop voice. I'm here for you
exactly.
tonight. Yeah, it's my
Yeah,
least favorite
exactly.
song by far as well.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a pop song. And I have nothing to say against pop songs, but it doesn't catch me. And so therefore now that's not my cup of tea again. So I'm very sorry for that. But yeah, I definitely like Afterlife. Fantastic opener. And the funny thing is, if you listen to the starting section, do you know the album of Dio, Lock Up the Wolves? Because there is the opening song that's the Wild One. And listen to the opening section from the guitar side of Wild One on this album, Lock Up the Wolves. That's not only similar. I think you can definitely say it was stolen from that song. It's almost one by one the same.
Are you
Uh, anyway,
serious?
but
Okay.
but it but it but it is a great opener. So therefore, I don't bother that they have stolen this from Dio, because Dio, great man, great band, great point of rock history, definitely. But anyway, I was surprised to have to hear that kind of opening sequence with that similarity to Dio from Sunstorm. Positively surprised, to be honest.
Hmm.
Then I really love Swan Song. Swan Song has already some rainbow elements, and what a chorus in Swan Song. I really like that. It's one of my most favorite songs of Sunstorm. I need to say I like that song very much. Um, Born Again is again, and that was super surprising to me, because here again you have a sequence which is definitely stolen from another song. And you will be surprised to hear from which song, for various reasons, because the guitar section there is, again, almost one by one copied by the song The Cut Runs Deep from the album Slaves and Masters that Joe Lynn Turner made with Deep Purple. That is the only Deep Purple album where Joe Lynn Turner was the vocalist. And the funny thing is, if that album Afterlife would be with Joe Lynn Turner, then I would think, yes, of course, he was reminded by that, and he said, let's do this very similar once again. But it's a Ronnie Romero album, so therefore I don't know how that happened, but it's really listen to that song, The Cut Runs Deep, Deep Purple. It's super similar, and I would say that they have just copied it, stolen it. Anyway, it's a great song. And then I found a way I like very much. And if you ask me, that has something of a Whitesnake song even. It's very close to
Maybe
to
maybe
the
a little bit.
composition style of Whitesnake. Lost Forever, we talked already about that. Far From
Great.
Over. Far From Over is really, really, really a nice song where and it's one of the rare songs where in the drumming you even have some kind of time signature changes, some nice fills in the drums where it's getting a little bit more complex. And you know that I love drummings, and so therefore this is super important for me. Very nice composition and a story that you can tell again with that nice Hammond organ sound, nice arrangements. That sounds in the end to me a little bit like Gotthard, if you ask me. So,
Oh,
but a story that you can tell, also a very, very nice song. So therefore, for me, a super consistent album, an album where I would not skip any single song despite Here for You Tonight, because I still wonder what a pop song has to do on that album, because the whole album is more a hard rock album.
it
Anyway,
doesn't fit. It
it's a very
doesn't
good
fit.
album.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't
Not
fit.
at all, not
No,
at
no, no.
all, not at all, not at all. At least here we can agree. That's good, Michael.
Look, my personal favorites here in this album is by far Stronger
Yeah.
and Lost Forever.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Lost Forever is also on my list, as you noticed. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting to see. Okay, my number two is the debut album from the
Mm.
band. So basically, your number eight is my number one. Cool, right? Let's go. um, Sunstorm. Yeah. What a beautiful debut AOR album. As you can see, the members here on the pic: Dennis Ward, Chris Smith, Uwe. I mean, I keep digging everything in this album again and again and again. I cannot have enough of it. I love everything about it. I don't know if you knew that all these materials, all these songs, were materials that actually they were supposed to be in solo projects of Lynn Turner solo albums, but they didn't make it there.
Mhm.
So basically, Frontiers Records, they said, okay, what do you have? What would you like to do, Lynn Turner, Joe? And he was like, I have some stuff. And he basically took the dust off away. And this is the result. In man, 2006, I mean, chronologically, this kind of album in 2006 is super for me. You know, we are in 2025 and you see a Restless Fight and stuff, and you're like, I know that. I've listened to it before. But in
Mhm.
this 2006, this kind of album for me, with this so much melody in everything, not only in guitars, but in also in keyboards, pure, beautiful melodic vocal lines. For me, it was a very, very nice surprise for the time being, you know. So that's why it goes to my number two. I love absolutely every single song of it. Let me see. Keep Tonight, I told you already that it has my favorite Sunstorm riff. And let me see. Yeah, we said, of course, Fistful of Heat, Love's Gone Wrong, Danger of Love. This is my heart, and it knows what it wants. Beautiful, beautiful. Uh, it's again, except from the Arms of Love, which is the only thing that now it doesn't really come to my mind how it goes. But all the rest song, I can sing it to you right now, all of them.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So this is the magic with the AOR, usually rock bands, that you are able to sing along. You don't listen to Dream Theater and you wanna sing along.
No,
You you
definitely
you
not.
are you are you are squeezed in. You are pulled through in the complexity of the guitars, of the different rhythmic parts, on the keys, everything. That this is the common element of the A, for me at least, in the AOR rock bands. You can sing along. They're happy songs. You're not gonna see weird scales, weird sounds. It is what it is. You love it or you don't. It's very very
Hmm.
clear. So I am a very sweet guy, you know, as you met me in person. So I love melodies. I love sweet melodic stuff too much. I love them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
by the way, it's very good to see you again. I had a blast when we saw Ian Pace together in Slovakia when you came. I'm very happy about it. And before you continue with your number one, I just want to say that, and I hope for the love of God that it's going to happen. I don't know if you're a huge Journey fan like I am. Are you?
Yeah, yeah. I would not say that I'm a super huge Journey fan, but I like their music definitely, definitely. Great band, great band.
They are gonna start for 226 their first part of their Final Frontier tour. They're doing
Oh yeah, I
60
read about it.
shows in
Yeah,
America.
yeah.
They're doing 60 shows in
I read about
US.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully they're gonna come to Europe. So if they're gonna come to Europe, get ready.
Absolutely. That will be the next concert for the two of us, Michael. Definitely. Good idea. Great.
I would travel. I would travel to see them anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Anyway,
me as well. Let's find a nice location where everything is fine. Let's make that arrangement.
all
Okay,
right.
it's already booked. Good.
All right. So, number one, Road to Hell, and my number one, Emotional Fire.
Exactly.
Both Joe Lynn Turner, which is great.
Yeah.
We got that at least. We got that. So tell me what you like so much about Road to Hell. I promise you, tomorrow at work, I will give it another chance because I don't know, man. It just didn't get me, but maybe it will. Maybe it will. I will give it another chance. Tell me about it. Tell me.
If I frame that album, the starting point for me is it has for me an absolute excellent drum and bass basis because it has a quite rough drum sound, a quite intense bass sound. I like how the album is mixed that way. That makes it a hard rock album with some sometimes even little heavy elements, but not too hard and not too heavy. So this is really so there is a lot of drive in the drums and in the bass. And I love the excellent keyboard sound, and that together with the nice voice of Jolene Turner, and as on almost every Sunstorm album, is super great guitar that makes it so complete for me because it's then a real hard rock album. It has all the melodic elements of Sunstorm. It has that beautiful voice of Jolene Turner. It has really great rock songs and also some more slow elements. That's what I definitely like, and you can see this when you walk through the track list. So only the good will survive. I think it's not the best opener, but it's a great opener, especially with that drum and bass arrangement that I started with, and it has even here some little rainbow elements. The Road to Hell, the title song, it is a quite bombastic composition, if you ask me. It has some nice dark riffs, and if you then go to On the Edge, there you find exactly what I mentioned at the beginning. There is that driving drum and bass plus the melodic guitar that fits perfectly together for me and makes it still a very origin Sunstorm sound. My eyes on you. There I especially love the keyboards, and also here the drum and the bass are carrying the song forward. That's always what makes the difference to me with this album. And Resurrection is, I would say it's a fantastic song with one exception. The sometimes very artificial way they mix the polyphonic vocals. I
I agree
that's
with that. I
that's
agree with that.
sometimes a bit too much because that doesn't fit to that hard rock sound. So therefore, why did they do this? Anyway, it's a great song, and especially the way in the chorus. You remember the chorus when he shouts at the end, "Resurrection." That's exactly the way how he did it for Rainbow and how he did it on that one album for Deep Purple. So that reminds me of those things that I really admire when I think about John Turner. And there is one song I love the most, and you might be super surprised. You will be super surprised, but it's State of the Heart. State of the Heart is my favorite song on this album because it's quite unique. It's not typical Sunstorm. It has some rainbow elements. It's a very balanced composition, and it has, if you ask me, a very intense sound. It's not a fast song, but it has a very intense sound. So I listen to that song always when I listen to it, from the very second to the very final end. It's always catching me. Really nice. I really love that song. And then I say, and you know that I love albums where there's a kind of a framing where you have a great opener and a great closing act, and in between there is happening something and telling a
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
And here's the same, because Still Fighting is an absolutely fantastic closing act. And that makes that album to me super special. It's very consistent, it's very balanced, it has that frame. Awesome.
It has a
Awesome.
story. It has a story to tell. I didn't think of it like that, but I'm very surprised that, for example, you said that Emotional Fire is extremely melodic, but you have songs like Torn in Half and The Higher You Rise, which
Yeah.
is they're heavy.
Hmm.
I'm torn in half. Or the higher you rise, the lower you fall. That they are heavy. I mean, it's not that I want to take from you why you put it number 8 and you have this one number 1, but I was expecting Emotional Fire to be at least in your top 5 because it combines melodic ones, it has
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
heavy ones, and it has also some ballads. But you surprised me badly again.
You know that that's one of my hobbies to surprise you badly. So therefore, but that's also the spice in everything. So therefore,
All right,
it is as it is.
it is
You're
as
number
it
one.
is.
You're number one, Michael.
My number 1 is Emotional Fire, and
Yeah.
the idea behind this album is that John Lynn Turner used to participate in many projects as a backing vocalist, my friend. And you have songs like Gina and Emotional Fire that they were originally by Michael Bolton.
Hmm.
And so basically, based on these things that he was a backing vocalist, there was the inspiration to make songs from this album. And you said it all. Never Give Up, beautiful opener. Never give up, never give in. If you believe it, you can win. Like it gets you. The voice is phenomenal here.
Absolutely.
Uh, I cannot say that there is not even a single bad song here. You just have two girl songs, Gina and Emily. Okay, the Emily is a little bit too much for my taste. If I'm not mistaken, it says, Emily, I will always love you eternally. Okay, I mean, it's too much. Uh, Maybe the least favorite song of the album. Yeah. But You Wouldn't Know Love is a top 10 song easily. Lay Down Your Arms, Emotional Fire, or I don't know, Follow Your Heart, beautiful, catchy, a little bit more into the pop genre, but beautiful. Okay, it's not a heavy album. It's a light, melodic, over melodic. Maybe that's why you don't like it. Over
Mm.
melodic.
Yeah.
I can listen it
Yeah.
from the top to bottom very, very, very easily. I
Mm.
love, again, I'm going to say it for the 10th time, I love the mastering and the sound from Dennis Ward. If you listen to Pink Cream 69, the first two albums, when Andre Deris was there before going to Halloween, you're going to see what I mean. Dennis Ward, damn, he's phenomenal. And Emotional Fire is probably the most played album from Sunstorm when it comes to my playlists. Like, you're gonna tell me White Snake, I'm gonna tell you 1987. You're gonna tell me Sunstorm, I'm gonna say Emotional Fire. It's like this. It goes straight to the top
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
So we agree that we disagree, but
Indeed.
I know you are more into the heavier stuff, And I'm very curious about the top 10. We need to set a date,
Yeah,
probably within 2 weeks, and do the top 10. I'm very curious to see there because, every single album, if there is no bad album, but every single album has the one song that you're like, this is it. And I can really say it very, very easy in every album. I can say my number one song.
mm, mm,
So I want to see what we're going to squeeze in the top 10, and it's going to be very, very interesting.
absolutely.
And it was a very, very big pleasure to have you again here on the show to analyze. And I'm glad you actually enjoyed it. I hope some of the songs from Sunstorm are going to play in your playlist forever.
They will definitely.
Like Flying
Nice.
Colors did in my playlist. I have so many nice songs from Flying Colors. I learned thanks to you. So this is the magic of music.
So glad to hear about that. And that's exactly the most important for me. I have never heard before Sunstorm. I started with some reluctance, and now I really have a band where I have meanwhile a playlist of 41 songs that is stored on my computer, and from time to time I listen through these 41 songs, and there is no bad song among those 41 songs, and there are not a lot of bands where I come to 41 songs. So therefore that was the most surprising to me. So thanks for the recommendation, thanks for the suggestion. Great idea. Absolutely great idea.
Thank you for being again here. Thank you for having a blast. Guys, talking rock fans out there, let us know which Sandstorm albums are your worst or least favorite and which are the best. Let us know which ranking list was better, mine's or Rainer's. And let us know also what other bands would you like to see in the future in this
Mhm.
channel. Uh, I'm gonna say the first spoil that the next band we are gonna do with Rainer is gonna be in 2026. I have a big homework ahead, and this is Deep Purple. I have a very, very big homework ahead to do. There is one more band that I'm planning to do with Yanis the Loner in December, and then all the focus is gonna go to Deep Purple because it's something that I wanted to do for a very long time. It's just that the huge discography demotivates me, but I'm gonna try. It's impossible to listen to 2 months of Deep Purple and say now I'm doing ranking of 20 albums or plus,
Yeah,
however they can.
yeah.
But I will try my best. I will say honestly my opinion about it. It's not a
Great.
band that I'm listening to. I never listen to Deep Purple in details. Anyways,
Okay.
um, thanks for tuning in. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and see you on the next episode of Talk and Rock. Have a bless, everybody. Good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Rainer, thank you so much once again,
Thank
buddy.
you. Thank you. See you. Bye. Bye
Peace
bye.
out.
Bye
Talk
bye.
and Rock.